Greetings from Pompey. Since the clouds are going to be moving in soon, I decided to use the next hour or two to test a few things that I need to test with the big scope. Alright, here's stellarium, and the very first thing to try is going straight to Messier 13. And trying to see if we can solve it. No, okay. Oh, there we go. Why is that? Okay, file, sharp cap settings, plate solving, sharp solve. Well, let's see if it does anything. Failed. Hello Raider fan, good evening. Let's try 8 seconds. Let's try again. No, it's not happy. Sharp cap settings. Let's go back to astrophotography. Not happy either. Let's see if adjusting the focus is gonna do much for us. We have one good star. Star is bright, we know that. So we're gonna go with 1 second maybe. Reset focuser, connect the focuser, okay. Let's go negative by 100. Not much happened. Alright, let us scan it then. Focus scan positive. Alright, my focuser doesn't like me tonight, but 17:6:30 was close enough to being good. No, stop it, please. Let's see if that'll do the job for now. Good evening, Bill. Well, we're gonna have about an hour, maybe two at most. And there are a couple of things I need to test, so I figured now is a good time. Probably the most interesting. Alright, that worked. I'm gonna see if I can get to DCRB and see if I can split it to see the two stars. But before we do that, I want to understand how sharp cap. Hello, Skeeter. It is a complex setup. It is probably as complex as what's inside the DWARF, except for the glass. The glass is a lot bigger. So this is M13. And the scope is drifting on its own. Let's see if we can live stack it. And that's the guiding that I want to enable. For some reason, Sharp Cap changes my settings when it goes to recenter the image using plate solving and go to. And I want to see what that value is. Because if I can use those same settings for the stacking, then that'll improve the chances of things working. Histogram. Okay, Sharp Cap allows me to choose the color to equalize my histogram based on either the color of the stars or to neutralize everything. You're not kidding. Yes. Okay, it's trying to solve. So it went to 2-second exposure and it did not touch my gain. And now it returned. Huh. So if we operate with 2-second exposures, then we will be let's try to auto stretch. And let's adjust the color. This is where it tries to make the stars as white as possible. And this one, if you can tell from the histogram, its goal was to adjust red, green, and blue to make The star's white, which gives me a blue sky because it's still not dark outside and we have a moon. Alternatively, I could go and force the sky to be black and superimpose all three, red, white, and blue. Red, green, and blue. I think a lot of the red, white, and blue. Alright, let's go see TCRB. It's going to require incredibly careful focus. Let's see if it's going to recenter. Now that's what I wanted to do. Stop the live stack and go to plate solving and see if I can get the sharp solve to work. The tricky part, it says the smallest field of view that we can use with it is 1/4 of a degree. My scope setup is 0.24, so it's just under, and I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. Let's see if it's gonna solve now. Plate solve succeeded. That was quick. That was very, very quick, so that will allow us then to live stack, clear it, whatever. Because in this case, if the plate solving is instantaneous, then I could go down here to as little as 50 pixels. And now we have a machine that's acting like Seestar. Basically almost every picture, almost every frame, it is recentering the scope and then capturing the next one and then recentering the scope. Wow. So this is very, very fast plate solving, almost instantaneous. Okay, let's see if we can split TCRB into two stars. It's a bit too high in the sky. Let's see if it will go there. I needed to solve this one so we can get to I'll let you hear what we have here for a second. Mark, you're spot on. Now in a minute or two my dogs will go berserk. All right, we have TCRB. Let's see, where is TCRB? Let's see if I can move it to the center. Well, the big question here is, can we split it? Good evening, Vesenhead. Okay, guys. I don't know if it's my imagination, but for a fleeting moment, there we go. We may be seeing two stars. I don't know that it will let me live stack it. Not much in its neighborhood. No. If I increase the exposure by too much to get more stars for it to stack, we're losing the ability to see anything here. Let's see how high we need to go. I'm going to stop the auto guiding to reduce one variable. All I wanted is to stack a couple. That's not. Alright, we're gonna clear it, pause it, and try to go to 30. On the Edge HD, the distance between the two stars that make up TCRB is about 15 pixels. They are 3 arc seconds apart. That's not gonna stack. This is messy. Alright, live stack is not gonna do it. Then let's go the other extreme. We can always do what we do with planets, and that is capture a whole video and then look at the individual frames and see if lucky imaging gave us the split. Let's move it back to the middle. We moved it too far. Okay, come back down. There it is. Then I've reduced the region of interest to 800 by 600 pixels. Now I can make the sample just a bit faster. Ursa Major, I believe, is visible. Hi Wilbur. Let me do my quick capture of 1,000 frames and see if any of them will show us 2 stars. I may have a slightly better chance to stack these externally. Alright, that should be enough. Alright, TCRB experiment, limited success at best. Let me see if we can go to Mizar. Going back to 2 seconds. No, it's past the meridian. Sorry. We can try. It's high enough. Let me see if we can get to it. I'm gonna do it in steps though, to avoid tangling. Yeah. Let's see how we're going to do that. Although it is not equatorially mounted, the ioptron mount, the AZMP, the SMP, acts very strange when I go across the meridian. So I'm going to try to do it manual for now, until we are close enough, and then see if it'll find it. Alright, that's enough. Oh, come back to me. If it goes berserk here, we have the ability to abort it. Nope. Oh. It is. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, stop it. It's trying to go around all the way to find it from the other side. Well, this is research night, so we're not gonna break the hardware. While we're here, let's try for M92 for a second. Hopefully it will go there without fuss. That's not anywhere near it. All right. Let's send it back to its whole zero position, and then that's where it relies on GPS and other things to know that it's up there, and then we'll bring it back. Zero position, go to zero. Alright, thank you. It's still a little bit high. And from here we'll try to go to 92. Okay, that's more like it. Thank you. Do we have enough to play it solve? Yay, yippee. And what I wanted to do, there is no significance to the meridian. It is from due north to due south, and other than the rotational axis of the Earth, if you're trying to track things properly, then you're trying to move the scope all the time perpendicular to the meridian. But from an astrophotography perspective, when you have a weighted telescope and you're trying to okay, failed to find a solution with all of these. Okay, when the weight gets above the telescope, actually they become totally level when you're about to cross the meridian, and then when the weight goes above the telescope, that's when we usually do a meridian flip, which means the scope will make a full 180 degree around its base, so that the weight then starts moving again down as opposed to up. Let's see if M92 will allow us to stack. Yep, that's moving to the middle. Right now it's stacking happily. I am overexposing gain-wise because I'm not too worried about these clusters, about the stars, I mean. But for whatever reason, and I'm unable to figure it out yet, this particular mount does not like to cross the North Meridian. It has no problem with the south. Actually, south is its zero position, its resting place. It is on the zero, on the South Meridian, staring up. It is stacking happily. And we have not had any correction. There we go. Let's see if it does it. Yeah, it should be no problem. There we go. Will it let me switch plate solvers in the middle of a capture? Let's see. Hello, Jacob. Trying to get my 11-inch scope to behave like a Seestar or a DWARF. I have a quarter of an arc second per pixel. So if we're aiming for an RMS of about 1 arc second, well, I spent several years. Do you know the difference between envy and jealousy? Jealousy usually involves a third person. All right. Looks like we're doing reasonably okay with switching plate solvers in mid capture. This is the field of view of the telescope. I heard back from Sue from DWARF, and she assured me that they will be adding a field of view box in the new app. Now, how can I get that box to track the scope, to keep the scope in the middle? I'm waiting here for another plate solve correction, because we should be able to see the scope move and come back. And there's a satellite going through. Click on scope. No, we don't want to slow. Which scope do you want me to click on? Okay, sorry. Thank you. Well, the scope seems lazily happy here, and it's not going to show us a wild correction. Okay, let's go find our comet. And live stacking. Why don't we have it? Huh. No, it is S3 that we want. Okay, Jacob, walk me through how do I update my comet list here? Options or lists? Jacob, how do I update my comet list? All right, we'll ask Dr. Google. All right. It says open configuration window. Oh, that's not the one. Go to the plugins tab, we are there. Scroll down to Solar System Editor. Okay. Solar System Editor. Click the Solar System tab. Select Import Orbital Elements in MPC format. Where is the Solar System tab? Hello? Okay. There it is. Import orbital elements in MPC format. Under the Lists tab, select Comment. What? Comets, you mean? Okay. This is interesting. This is AI answering it. It says select comments. It should be comets. Okay. And get orbital elements. Here we go. Mark all and add them. Let's see if this did the job. Ta-da! Okay. Yep, there it is, just above NGC 69. Let's go there. Alright, this one solved. Let's see if we're gonna have a comet tonight. Do you see what I see? Thanks, Jacob. Looks like we did it. Now let's see if this is indeed the comet. No. Okay, gentlemen, pick the next target. Remember, my field of view is only 14 minutes by 8 minutes. So the smaller, more challenging targets, the ones that Seestar and DWARF will not see, should be good objectives. I wonder how big the fireworks galaxy is. I'm gonna keep stacking here until we really see a comet. Siamese twins, are they in my field of view? Let me see. Nope. Siamese twins are past my meridian and they are near the moon. Sorry, that would have been a good target. Yes, everything from north to south to the east. Nothing west. I have a mountain behind me. Dang, which one is that? Fireworks galaxy is the right size. Which asteroid do you have in mind? You mean from the database, pick one that is I want to stay on this one for just a little bit longer to see a trail. All right. Just gonna take a quick look at C12 since we're here. Fireworks Galaxy. Thank you. Unlike Seestar that prefers 10-second frames, I'm usually here go with 2-second frames. And I may have to adjust the gain down just a bit to avoid saturating the camera sensor. Okay, there we go. My histogram stretching is not happy. Let me see what Refit is right now. Nah, it's good enough. Let's go there. Actually, eagle and swan are also in a good place. Done live stacking. M20. Just want to keep an eye on the telescope in case I need to intervene. Okay, it's going well. We don't have it. It is in the trees. Sorry. Let's see if we can go a bit higher. This is more like it. I may have to refocus soon. This has been a recurring problem with both the Meade 16 and the Celestron 11. For some reason, plate solving around this part of the sky does not work well. Let's see if focusing will help us with the problem. Yes. Oh. All right, we're definitely out of focus here. Let's try to reset and positive scan. Seestar does that a lot faster, obviously. This was one of my contraptions when I discovered that moving the mirror on the big scopes is not that cost effective. So now I move the camera instead. Okay, now it says the star is too bright. We'll make it a bit less brighter. Here we go. I like it when things work. There we go. It found the best place and it's gonna move it automatically. 17599. 17597. Good, thank you. Done. Let's see now if it'll play solve. Yeah, it went from 20 sources to 40 sources. Success! It did some jerkiness here early on, so I'm gonna clear it and restart it. Don't know where the pillars of creation are relative to this framing. It suggests that they are just below the two stars. Yeah, they are outside that field of view. Let me stop it. Let's see if we can move this up. Now we have it where we want it, I think. Yes, I already see it. Even on the very first frame we can see it. Can you make out the pillars of creation? It's smack in the middle of the frame. Alright, Jacob, how do I display all the comets at the same time? Jacob, I am listening. Viewing window option. DSO. Okay. Took me back to the solar system editor. Let's see what the stack is doing here. We have the pillars of creation stacking. Okay, gentlemen, we're back to you. Considering the location of the moon right now, if you have anything of interest in the east to northeast, roughly, that'll be good. For now, we're gonna give pillars a few more minutes. And you can see the field rotation on the edges. So it is recentering by about 18 seconds. Yeah, have not been able to capture the Hubble in any of its few and far in between passes over over central New York. I got the ISS and the CSS. Yeah, I got the Chinese space station quite a few times. One of my favorite captures was when Tianhe or Tiangong, depending how you call it, was transiting the moon, and I was able to get it. It came out very, very nice. Later this month, barring any change between now and then, we should have on the 29th a possible double transit with the ISS transiting the Sun and then Tiangong transiting the Sun. M56, let's see what M56 is. Definitely doable. Doesn't get any more due east than that. But what's that above it? Ah, I see what you mean. Yep, M57 is right above it. Give me another 5 minutes on the pillars and then we'll hop over to M56. No, but we could do that. Summer solstice. When I was going to graduate school in Manchester, that's when the day, I should say, that's when the night was only a couple hours long. For the most part, these stars are not too bad. They are roundish. No. No. Bill, what would be on the schedule for a summer solstice celebration? Amsterdam is not much further north than Manchester. Let me check quickly. Actually, Amsterdam is further south. Yep, Manchester is further north. Okay. All right, we'll plan on one. When is official summer solstice day this year? 2021? Thursday the 20th at 4:50 p.m. We shall plan on it. The sun prior to sunset is going to be tricky unless I can convince it not to set in the west. Should be able to see it through some trees. Probably my next acquisition for this big scope is a field derotator for the camera. They don't make them cheap, so I may have to build my own. All right, done stacking. M56. And there it goes. That ioptron mount moves very, very fast for a telescope this big. I may have mentioned that when I went to the NEAF, the Northeast Astronomy Forum, the CEO, the inventor, the creator of ioptron, whatever, was there. So I asked him point blank how much counterweight I could put on the mount, and he gave me the permission to indeed go ahead with 30 pounds of counterweight. Now if we can get it to stop moving, we'll be able to stack it. There we go. The AMZ Pro, sorry, the AZ-MP The ASIMount Pro from iOptron is rated at 32 pounds maximum payload capacity. My scope with the focuser weighs half a pound less than the limit. So I have 30 pounds of counterweight, which makes for 60 pounds that a 12-pound mount is swinging around without any problem. Pallas was close to C2021 yesterday. Yeah, possible. No. No. The qualified no here is my not wanting to go downstairs and move the dome. The way the ASIMount Pro works, this is the surprising thing. Let's see, the azimuth axis is obviously in the middle and the altitude axis is to the side. So the scope is sitting on one side and the weight is on the other side. And when I turn it towards the south, the telescope is hidden inside the dome. When I turn it towards the north, the weights are hiding inside the dome and the telescope sticking its head out. So here would require going down, waking up 2 dogs and my wife in the process, and then moving the dome. I have not tried Kuiper belt objects with the Seestar, don't know. I'm waiting for a decision next week to see if our neighbor is willing to sell me 1 acre out of her 120-acre farm, so I can have 360-degree view. And I tested the G5, the cell coverage there. I was able to achieve 700 megabits per second bandwidth on my cell phone. So if we're able to achieve that, we will be golden. Then I'll have 360-degree view. Yeah, unfortunately the farming community here suffered 2 mishaps back to back. One gentleman got his leg caught in a machine and had to be amputated. And yesterday, arguably a very awful situation, but 2 young men drowned in a manure truck or whatever, manure basin that they were trying to unload. They were overcome by fumes and drowned in it. One of them leaves behind two very young children. The other is not married, fortunately. So our farming community is very shaken today. Yeah, I was thinking of the lease part. She's leasing the land to a farmer who is tilling it. And my understanding is the lease agreement is word of mouth, because we live in a community that does not believe in doing anything in writing or formally. So I'll ask if they'll let me put my dome there for the next 5 to 10 years. Yeah. Yeah, a few years back we had one young man fall into a grain silo and suffocate there. They could not get him out fast enough. I mean, he died there. On a more pleasant note, we get the best eggs around because there is an egg farm about a mile from my house. And you guys probably heard of double yolk eggs. I've been enjoying very much triple yolk eggs. Let's go back and see what M56 is looking like. They cannot fit a dozen eggs inside the largest of their boxes, so they only put 6 of them. They skip every other haul. And they sell them dirt cheap right out of the farm. Oh, it's about 3 miles, the drive. Very easy, very short drive. We used to have 3 nuclear reactors near Oswego. 9 Mile 1, 9 Mile 2, and then the New York Power Authority plant. I think they are down to only 1 operating. My grandfather used to have a farm, and I used to help during the summers pick up eggs or pick eggs from under chickens. And my uncle, the mischievous, taught me that the best way to eat eggs is to drink them raw. So you take the egg from under the chicken, you crack it and you drink it, just like a shot. You just toss it over. And this way it doesn't get into inventory and nobody knows that you did that. And then you put the empty shell back under the chicken and move on. Larry, I wanna hop over to M57 and see if we can see the two stars in the middle of the ring today. To me, these two stars are almost as mysterious as the great red spot on Jupiter. There it is. We don't even need to do any plate solving. That is a pleasant surprise. I see the two stars. Larry, the 16-inch scope in Oswego makes it look twice as big. Yeah, the M27 Dumbbell Nebula and M57 look particularly nice on the bigger scopes. And the colors look slightly different. I want to see if the sharp solver is going to work here or not. That's another mystery with the ioptron mount. Sometimes it finds the targets just like now without the need for any plate solving. Other times it has no clue what it's looking at, and plate solving is what will get it to its destination. I'm trying to force it to plate solve. There we go. And center it, please. Waiting for the scope to correct position again to see it jump out and back. I asked SharpCap to adjust the histogram based on the color of the stars to treat them as white. I'm not going to be able to see this today for some reason. So this is my only enhancement for now. For some reason, the telescope is tracking very, very well. Because I have it set for it's not letting me go to 10. About 50. So it's correcting this one about 11 arc second error during in between corrections. I don't know if I dare let it auto stretch. Nope. No good. I wonder how far apart those two little dots are. They look extremely in focus. It says they're about 10 seconds apart, 10 arc seconds. So if we go back here for just a moment, these are the two stars. There is a third one to the side, and then there's a fourth one inside the red. And we're able to see all four right now. Here they are. The one in the red, the next one, and these two. And for the sake of making it look bigger, here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where the emissions came from for the Ring Nebula, and if the four stars are part of it or not. According to NASA, it's a planetary nebula, the glowing remains of a sun-like stars that blew up. The tiny white dot in the center of the nebula is the star's hot core, a white dwarf. Yeah, NASA is saying the star in the middle is the hot core, the white dwarf. We're starting to have a beautiful image here. That's why I turned to my French, je ne sais pas, don't know. Crescent Nebula is going to look nice. It is just a bit too big, but might be worth a visit. It's 20 minutes by 10. Dumbbell is 8 minutes by 5. This is an interesting one, the Jewel Bug Nebula. I've never done that one. It's also known as the Pink Pillow Nebula, the Magic Carpet, or the Green Rectangle, or the Sugar Pops. It doesn't show any dimensions to it. But it is reasonably well located. I think we have done justice to the ring. So we're looking at NGC 7027. Don't know how many stars are in its vicinity. Of course, its sharp solve failed. Back to Astro Tortilla. Okay, goody. And there it is. I think we are overexposing in this case. Whoa! This does not seem to be as exciting as I thought it would be. It's way too bright. I mean, there it is without any stacking. Okay, I don't know how much lower exposure needs to be for us to see much with it. Okay, let's see if it's gonna stack here or not. Alright, I give up on this one. Not much excitement. Everybody knows what dumbbell looks like. One thing that I forgot to do in it all is subtract the darks as it is stacking. It does not seem to have caused too many adverse effects. Or are we subtracting the darks? Pre-processing. No, not subtracting darks. Okay. Which reminds me, I need to take some 2-second darks now. All the darks I had taken were 15-second and 30-second. Okay, the movement is very subtle. Abel 39. As soon as we get the next correction, I'll try to see where it is. There it is. I don't know if you can see the movement of the scope. Alright, that's what I wanted to find. Abel 39. You're not in Australia, are you? Because that thing is on the wrong side of the earth right now. Sorry. What's confusing names? The dumbbell is going to take a while, so we're not going to worry much about it. Wilbur, there is crescent within reach. We tried the jewel bug to no avail. We have both East Vale and West Vale, but they will not give us anything. We did the fireworks galaxy. This is amazing, no other galaxies in this part of the sky. By the way, if you're looking for a target that comes out gorgeous on Seestar, it's the Bubble Nebula C11. Bubble Nebula comes up gorgeous with the Seestar. Unfortunately, it's a bit, just a bit too big. Well, we'll give it a try. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to show the bubble in the bubble. There it comes. Okay. Let me see if we can see the bubble quickly, and then we'll move on to C4. That's what it's supposed to look like. The two stars side by side should be in the middle of the bubble. Yeah, we're not resolving the two stars here, we just have them as one, and that's the bubble starting to take shape. Yeah, we have the bright pinks right around there, which is what's showing here. When you image the bubble nebula with the Seestar, be patient, it takes a while for the bubble to show, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, you said C4, Caldwell 4, let's see if we can get to it. Skeeter, that's a mouthful. I don't know how to search for it here. Interesting. C4 iris. That's a nice one. It's not liking it. Not enough stars around it because of all the dust. Yes, it is NGC 7023. Yeah, this is a very beautiful target. No, this is good. We got C4, so you're not batting zero anymore. It's already tomorrow, I did not notice. Happy Sunday to those in the East. I don't know that we have anybody in the East. Larry, you're Central Time Zone also, right? Bill, definitely Central. And Palouse is way out. I don't know that Raider fan is still with us. Whoa. Let me see if Stellarium has heard of it. There it is. Cassiopeia dwarf spheroidal galaxy. And let me see where it is. It is doable. We'll definitely do that next. I'm gonna let it rise another few degrees. Give it half an hour. How tiny? I don't have dimensions here. And I don't see anything here. We don't have forever tonight because of clouds, but we'll go visit it The moon is certainly making its presence known. .6 is plenty. Week and a half. Yesterday it got warm here. I have a digital thermometer inside the dome with it's a wireless thermometer, so I can read it from here and know what the temperature is, and if anything is cooking inside. I glanced at it mid-morning and the temperature inside the dome was 117. So I quickly threw my silver tarp, my reflective tarp, on top of the dome, and temperature dropped by 20 degrees in a matter of minutes. So now I'm considering seriously whether to paint the dome with a silver reflecting paint, the kind they use for roofs to keep the heat out. Fortunately, nothing seems to have cooked. Bill, is that yes to the idea of possibly painting the dome with the reflective silver paint? Thank you. Let me see where the clouds are. Yeah, according to Astrospheric, it's gonna start deteriorating gradually. The character of Caldwell 4 is starting to show. I can turn off the moon here. This is taking out the moon. You can bring it back in. Nope, doesn't want it. Okay. All right, let's head over to Cassiopeia dwarf spheroidal galaxy. Bill, just hope that the road does not discharge rapidly into the Mississippi. we're going to find out quickly what a spheroidal galaxy Cassiopeia looks like. Oh yeah, Elon Musk got his pay package, and this is a reminder. Wilbur, are you saying we should be able to find it under A39? Take a quick look. Let me make sure we have the A's here. Okay, let me add the A's. We added the A's. Let me see if you can find it. It still says it's out there. A39? Okay. So it has not risen yet, is that correct? There is Saturn. Uh-oh. Stop it. Okay, there is Saturn. And let me see if we can find it. It should be rising closer to 2:30. It is lower left of Saturn. Yeah, not tonight. It will probably be rising earlier every day from now on. The only moons I've tried to do were with the C11, not with Seestar. Yeah, I've had luck with the C11 imaging Titan and Ganymede. No, that's not what I want. So let's see what we have done so far. No sign of galaxy yet. Dwarf 2 does a very good job with the moon. Actually, it gives better coloring than Seestar. So D3 is going to have a slightly larger aperture. Don't know how well it's going to do with the planets. The focal length is still not what it needs to be. Do we have any planet tonight that we can look at here? Saturn doesn't rise for a while. I don't think we have any planet right now. Saturn rises at 1:08, which is 8 minutes after I go to bed. You may have heard the conversation with Sue a couple days ago. She said I should receive mine in July, next month. And then we will be putting them side by side. Dwarf 2, Dwarf 3 and Seestar all night long. In fairness, I need to identify a bunch of targets ranging from open clusters to globular clusters to galaxies to nebulae. I think that dwarf 3 is gonna do much better than dwarf 2 when it comes to nebula because of the new dual band filter. One design decision that they made, and I don't know how I feel about it, is they decided to keep the field of view the same, even though they have larger aperture. The other big thing about D3 that none of the others will do, they say we can program the wide angle lens for very long capture. The wide angle lens is a 49 millimeter equivalent. So you're talking about a field of view just like your regular camera. So the Milky Way becomes within reach. And if we get it soon enough, I will give the Milky Way a try and see if we can actually get it. My understanding is D3 comes without a tripod. So that it can take any tripod. It's a 1/4 inch thread or threaded hole. The only time I use the tripod on my D2 is to mount it equatorially. The rest of the time it is sitting on a windowsill or on a table or any flat surface. It's happy with it. DWARF's decision to put the USB connector in the base that does not move was a good one, because I don't have to worry about wire tangling or wire wrapping. Seestar, Stellina, and Vespera are always dealing with issues of wires wrapping on them. Okay, gentlemen, I'm gonna call it a night. I will work on parking the mount carefully and then close the dome and go to sleep. Let's see how much longer before your bad weather comes our way. Tomorrow night is likely to be touch and go, but I'm looking forward. If the forecast holds, we might have Oswego on Monday night. We'll see. Tomorrow night is a possibility. Yes, Keter, it's probably too bright for now. Good night, gentlemen. Good night, ladies. We'll see you probably tomorrow. Definitely looking at the sun to see where 3712 is. Okay, I'm gonna stop this one. Now the trick is to take it safely to where it's close enough to parking. Another successful parking that did not rip the wires or destroy the mount. Very good. And then last one. Good night.